Good morning, Daybreakers, and welcome to the 2026 Daybreak Senior episode.
We have so much in store for you today,
including lots of reports from your UView seniors and the 2026 Daybreak Senior video.
Wake up, smell the coffee, and grab your tissues, Pittsburgh. Daybreak starts right now.
So, senior episode, it's a moment that we've all been talking about for a very long time.
Yes.
Very bittersweet, and I'm just glad we could all be together. We brought back Holly on Winder.
Yes.
the one, the only.
Yes.
I'm super senior right now.
Yes.
What it feels like, but I'm very happy to be back.
We brought her back for this. We got Becca out of her class for this. So, we're all here to have a really great time together, and we have a lot in store for you.
Yes, we do.
I'm very excited to cry as well.
Yes.
I know
It's
Jules
gonna
has a
be a
very
lot of
special
crying.
performance tonight, so
Yeah.
enjoy, guys.
Get all my makeup. Just cry it off.
just to cry it off.
Yes.
Our Daybreak weather reporter, Robert Fornatero, has so much in store for us today. We're going to need jackets, umbrellas, or flip-flops. Tell us, Robert.
Thanks, Colleen. And for the last time this semester, I am going to be breaking down your weather, and it is going to be a crazy week, so just be prepared and follow along. If we look at this graph here, I can show you a little bit of where this craziness is coming from. You can see this low pressure system up in the northwest. It is traveling inward, and it is going to be creating some crazy storms as we have that low pressure system it's mixing with. If we look over here, you can see this yellow area. That is some mild to severe thunderstorms, and it is going to be continuing towards our direction as we continue into the week. So looking at Thursday, don't worry about that quite yet because we have a high of 85 degrees. Yes, 85. We have a few late afternoon showers possible, but the heat is roughly 17 degrees higher than it typically should be. So it's feeling more like it's going to be a humid July than it's going to be a typical April. If we look at Friday, the high is continuing, but it is dropping a little bit to 80 degrees with a low of 59. It's going to be clear to partly cloudy with very pleasant and open skies. And it will be your best day to running any outdoor errands that you have for the activities coming up in the week. If we look at Saturday, this is the last week, though, that we are going to have these nice temperatures, because if we look over here, we have some thunderstorms coming in. It is going to be high. It is going to have a high of 84, but we have a 70% chance of rain coming in overnight, so it is not going to look good as we move into the morning. Looking at Sunday, we have a huge temperature crash. Expect only a high of 50 degrees and a low of 34, and it is going to be very windy and chilly, making it feel even colder. So you'll want to dig out those heavy wind coats with a hood because we do have that, as I said, expected chance of rain continuing, so it's going to be cold and rainy. If we look at Monday, continuing that cold start, it is going to be 33 degrees. We have a slight chance of showers with a high only being 53, and don't be shocked if you see any snow or misty colored white grass because we do have that chance continuing. And if we look at the last day of the week, Tuesday and Wednesday, we have a nice recovery as temperatures are bouncing right back into the high 60s and 70s. But we are going to have that low of 48 to 49 with mostly cloudy on Tuesday and that rain returning in Wednesday. But as we reach the end of this weather segment, we also reach the end of my time giving this weather segment. I want to thank Annabella, Jules, and Gabby for giving me this opportunity. I was a little nervous to ask them to do it, but I have learned so much, and I thank you guys for that. So for the last time, that is everything from me, and now I'm sending it back to the desk.
One night in Bangkok proves that chess was never just a quiet game. It's been a spectacle all along, and now it finally has the soundtrack to match with the full cast album being released last week. Chess the Musical is a seductive showdown of love, loyalty, and power on a global stage as two of the greatest chess players in the world compete for something beyond victory, but the woman between them is caught in a high-stakes battle of desire and devotion. The original Broadway cast features Aaron Tveit, Leah Michele, and Nicholas Christopher. With its re-release, a new generation is getting introduced to a musical where every move matters and every note hits like a checkmate.
Hey, that kind of looks a lot like me. And that's because it is, or at least another version. In Nintendo's new Tomodachi Life Living the Dream, you get to play as an all-powerful creator in control of a deserted island. On this island, players will be able to create characters of their choosing, whether it's yourself, your friends, or fictional. The quirkiness of what's about to occur on your island is not going to disappoint. Fans of the original game have waited over 10 years for a new version, and it's about to hit the Nintendo eShop and game stores this week for $59.99. I know how I'm spending my time.
Less than a month before being set to close, the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette was purchased. Nonprofit media group and owners of the Baltimore Banner, the Venezuelan Institute for Local Journalism, will take over ownership. While the problems of an unstable local news market, labor concerns, and financial losses still remain, the transfer of ownership is a first step towards warding off closure. CEO of the Venezuelan Institute, Bob Cohn, says, quote, "We are committed to working with exceptional journalists alongside civic and business leaders across the region to build a new future for local journalism in Western Pennsylvania," end quote.
For the first time in nearly a decade, a cloud jaguar was spotted in Honduras. This spotting sparks hope for the Central American nation, which has been working on creating an environmental turnaround. Jaguars are protected in Honduras. Franklin Castacayenda, the director at Panthera, the wildcat conservation, said, quote, "Deforestation and poaching are the biggest threats, and we've been working to tackle both." The male jaguar was spotted on camera traps in the Honduran Sierra del Maradon mountain range at 2,200 meters up in the high-altitude forest. They are called cloud jaguars because they are found in high-altitude areas, whereas most other jaguars are found below 1,000 meters. Jaguars have lost 49% of their historic range in the Americas, with the majority of species being endangered, making this spotting a glint of hope. Now, I don't know about you guys, but probably one of the greatest things is Tomodachi Life.
Yes!
I'm so
Very
excited.
excited.
And I
The
know we
one
all have it
thing-
pre-ordered.
I have been begging
Yes.
for it to come back for probably like 3 years. I miss being able to do the orchestra music thing.
Yes,
So
I don't
good.
know
Yes.
if that
I don't think it
feature
is. And it
included,
makes me
but
so
I-
violently angry it's not.
Yes, but I know that there's like little CDs and stuff, so there's gonna be kind of a similar musical aspect. I am so excited. I'm staying up till midnight to play it.
Yes.
Yes, that's
I'm
actually my
ready.
plan.
I
tonight.
pre-ordered
Check
it
out.
like literally the day after it was announced.
So good.
Yeah, we've been
I'm
playing
so
the
excited.
demo.
Yes.
And
Yes.
it's
Yes.
been fantastic. We made all little me's. And the customization on this game is crazy. You get to draw on them and everything. So you can really take this as like,
It's like The
an
Sims.
imaginary tool.
Right. And it's very nostalgic because I remember making Mii's when I was, I don't know how old we were whenever like we all
Yes.
got Wii's
Yes.
when we were kids.
3DS.
And we were trying to make them look like our siblings and our parents, and now it's such a modernized version of it, and I'm
Yes.
so excited to play.
very
It's the best
nostalgic.
graduation gift
Literally.
that we could ask
There's
for.
one thing that can get us through the rest of senior year.
Tomodachi Life,
Tomodachi Life.
living the dream.
Yeah, that and our amazing reporters. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we have all of our senior in-studio reporters. Don't go away.
Welcome back. Next up, we have the one, the only sideline slice reporter, Jake Bell. Take it away, Jake.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to my last ever Sideline Slice. The NFL Draft is approaching, and the Steelers are looking to do some damage while being the host of the event this year. Pittsburgh selects 21st overall, so they will not be selecting high. The black and gold are hoping to find a diamond in the rough. While the Steelers have used all 30 of their visits, two surprising names have not been added to the list: Alabama quarterback Ty Simpson and Texas A&M receiver Casey Concepcion. Both prospects are projected to be late first-round picks at positions of need for the Steelers, and this may indicate that a different direction will take place. Either way, Pittsburgh has brought on 15 offensive players and 13 defensive players and look to make a splash with their new head coach, Mike McCarthy. Next up, we have PolitiSmack reporter Ethan Rowinski talking about what Pittsburgh's mayor Corey O'Connor is up to. Ethan?
Thanks, Jake. Corey O'Connor has officially passed the 100-day mark in office, with a term that has already dealt with plenty of major events. These include dealing with one of the largest snowstorms in Pittsburgh's history, uncovering a nearly $40 million budget deficit, to planning for the NFL draft, which is now just a week away. Through all this, though, the general consensus seems to be generally positive in terms of his review. He has put lots of emphasis on his social media communication, ensuring the public is aware of his office's achievements, which include reopening the Oliver Bathhouse and receiving millions from many of the city's nonprofits. While there's still much to achieve, O'Connor feels he has done a good job up to this point, telling the Trib Live, quote, "We've done exactly what we said we were going to do," end quote. And thank you for 2 years of letting me report your national and local political news. It's been a blast. Next up, we have in-studio reporter Leslie Krebs informing us about what the scoop is with Britney Spears. Take it away, Leslie.
Thanks, Ethan. Britney Spears, the international pop star famous for her hit songs like Toxic and Hit Me Baby One More Time, recently checked herself into rehab following a recent DUI arrest. Back on March 4th, Spears was arrested after a police officer suspected her of driving under the influence of drugs and alcohol. That was later confirmed. As of April 12th, Spears made the decision that entering rehab was ultimately the best choice following her actions and was much needed. This follows months of strange and alarming social media posts by the singer that made fans question her mental stability and health. Some fans even based her behavior on outlandish reasoning, like Spears being cloned or brainwashed by her captors. This isn't the first time that Spears has faced mental health concerns or entered rehab, in fact. Back in 2008, she was placed under 2 psychiatric holds after displaying alarming and potentially dangerous behavior to herself and others, as well as later entering rehab for a period of 3 months in 2018. Spears still has a court date on May 4th that she is expected to appear at regarding her arrest. Next up, we have Anthony Durzo here with us telling us a little update on the Pittsburgh construction in preparation for the NFL draft. What's the latest update, Durzo?
Yeah, Leslie, it seems like everywhere you turn in the city of Pittsburgh, work is being done in time for the NFL draft, whether that be on the North Shore or in Market Square, and Point State Park is no exception. Over the weekend, fences were put up to keep visitors off the lawn as crews begin to build event spaces that will be part of the NFL draft experience. If you are planning to visit the park while the draft is here, you'll find a wide variety of food vendors, local business pop-up shops, autograph stations, and even a display of the Steelers Lombardi trophies. And if you want to put your athletic ability to the test, you'll have the opportunity to participate in a 40-yard dash and attempt to kick a field goal. In the meantime, you can still visit the tip of the triangle. You'll just have to take a roundabout way by accessing the Riverwalk on the Allegheny side. The construction has not kept the community away from the fountain, which is now up and running. You might remember last year it was not operating at all while crews fixed it to make sure it would work during the draft. And of course, Point State Park is not the only site of the NFL draft. Just across the river on the North Shore, you'll find a much longer list of activations, including an NFL Plus lounge, an NFL auction, and a Bud Light beer hall. And if you haven't heard it enough already, the NFL draft will take place right here in the Steel City just 1 week from tomorrow. In studio, we have first time and last time reporter Bree Cupp telling us about the Lego Batman game. Bree?
Video game fans, the bat signal's been lit over Gotham City. What that can only mean is that we're getting a new Batman video game. Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight is the latest installment of the LEGO series and features an expansive, open Gotham City. Don't worry, you're not fighting alone. The game has a 7-player roster including fan favorites like Robin and Nightwing. Whether you're smashing bad guys in the windows during combat, lurking in the shadows for stealth missions, or just being the detective himself, there's so much to do in this city. You will need those skills to take down the massive gallery of classic villains, ranging from the Joker to Bane. Legacy of the Dark Knight drops May 22nd and is available for pre-order. Elena Halby is here to tell us about the return of Artemis 2. Take it away, Elena.
Thanks, Bree. Last Friday, the Artemis II returned to Earth with a splash after their 10-day space expedition. The 4 astronauts, Reed Weissman, Victor Glover, Christina Koch, and Jeremy Hansen, splashed down to Earth off the coast of San Diego. After their medical evaluations, the group flew back to Houston to reunite with their families. Weissman told USA Today, quote, "This was not easy, being 200,000 plus miles away from home. Before you launch, it feels like it's the greatest dream on Earth. And when you're out there, you just want to get back to your family and friends," end quote. We are so glad to welcome these astronauts back to Earth and see where their findings take us in the future. Cass Harris is up next with a report on the newest Super Mario Galaxy movie. Cass?
Right about now, Universal and Illumination are likely saying Yahoo! The Super Mario Galaxy movie surged to the $6 million mark at the global box office, making it to date the highest grossing movie of 2026 nationally. Since its release in theaters on April 5th, it's also brought in an additional $83.3 million overseas, totaling the international haul to about $320 million and the global total to $629 million. Just from over the weekend, $69 million were added from 4,284 theaters in the United States and Canada. It's time for yet another break. When we come back, we have a special senior segment. Stay tuned.
Take them cue and open their mics.
Today marked the 1-year anniversary of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette strike.
Point Park University just hosted a campus-wide meeting.
Plans for the rapid transit bus line are not set to conclude until 2025.
Hi. So I first want to apologize because this is going to be long, so take a seat and get comfy. I have a lot to say. This moment is one that I've thought about for a while, wondering how I could put the love I have for this place into words. If you told me 4 years ago that I'd be sitting here in the positions I'm in, I wouldn't believe you. I hold so much love and gratitude in my heart. Every single person here means the world to me. Now is the time I thank everyone like I'm at an award show, but Dale Awards isn't until later. But let me first start off with my family and Aaron, who I will inevitably make watch this episode too. Thank you for always supporting me, watching each episode in live stream, listening to me constantly talk about this place, and encouraging me to face what scares me. Thank you for always believing in me and helping me believe in myself. And to my co-hosts, Kay. From the moment we met at the interest meeting and I sat next to you and we asked Danny to be in our Be Real, I love you, Dan the Man, I knew we'd be friends forever. You encouraged me to host the first episode of Daybreak with you. You grabbed my hand and raised it with yours. I never would have imagined that led to this moment right now. You always pushed me to do the things I never thought I could. I will forever cherish our laughs, cries, and endless crazy memories. Devin and Becca, my silly geese. The girls who get me, you guys know what I'm gonna say before I even say it. You two always look out for me and never fail to make me feel seen and heard. Having you guys by my side makes me the richest girl alive, and I'm so proud of you two. You've both grown so much, more than you realize. I aspire to be as strong as you guys. I don't know what I'll do on Tuesday nights anymore, but being able to spend each and every evening laughing and talking with you guys has been my favorite tradition. Grace, Robin, and Addie. Thank you guys for trusting me enough to be the station manager. I hope I made you all proud. It has truly been an honor. And speaking of which, Grace, my best friend, my other sister, I know you will watch this because you always support me. especially the last 12 hours, sorry. You always have. From the moment I met you, I idolized you and thought you were the coolest person ever. And it turns out I was right. You are so amazing, and being able to call you my best friend is such a blessing. Thank you for being such a good teacher and an even more amazing friend. Thank you for being there for me through thick and thin, literally. You are my soul sister, and I can't wait to have houses bonded by a sky bridge. Ethan, my ride or die. My mentor, my sidekick. Thank you for pushing me to be a better version of myself, both in the studio and in life. You've taught me so much, and you've been my rock. Knowing you are here is what kept me going, and your friendship truly means the world to me. I know you doubt yourself and worry about what the future holds, but trust me, you're gonna go so far and succeed so greatly. I can't wait to see you do the things that you dream of, and I can't wait to cheer you on from the sideline. Leslie. Thank you for always being there for me, whether it's sharing our insane overthinking thoughts, shoes, rants, and everything in between. You are always there for me. To drop everything and do something spontaneous. To know you is such a gift, and you are going to go so far and do such incredible things. Minnesota isn't ready for you and your talent. Know how proud of you I am, and that Aaron and I will be by to visit whether you like it or not. And to my fellow seniors, we did it. Remember when we were scared and worried we wouldn't know what to do? We still don't, but we faked our way through. All jokes aside, growing alongside each and every single one of you is what made me who I am today. You all taught me something about myself in life. You are an integral part of my college experience, and it wouldn't have been the same without you guys. And to the sophomores and juniors, my babies. Watching each of you grow has been amazing. Laughing with you all and getting to know you. Loving you guys is something I will never take for granted. I know life is stressful and overwhelming, but please believe me when I say everything will be okay. Life has a way of working out, and each of you can get through the challenges that you feel like will take you down. But you're all so much stronger than you know. And if you ever need advice or encouragement, you can always call me. To the freshmen, you're the future of UVU. Embrace it, learn it, and find yourselves falling in love with it. I feel like I was just in your shoes. I'm so lucky to be able to have gotten to know you all. You're capable of great things. Keep saying yes to everything. And don't doubt yourselves. I promise you'll be okay. Oh, God. Annabella and Gabby. Thanks, Dale. Annabella and Gabby, my girls. You're an extension of me. You're my heart. And you two are everything to me. Staying up until the wee hours of the morning talking, making Daybreak dishes videos, and eating half the food before bringing it to the studio. You guys are the heartbeat of everything I do. I couldn't be prouder of how far you two have come, even though I was technically your mentor. You two have taught me more than you know. I look up to you girls. Thank you for believing in me, trusting me, and pushing me to become the best I can. Watching you two grow is something I am so proud of, an honor to have witnessed and been a part of. Last page, I swear. I trust Daybreak in your hands, and I know that you two are going to continue to make it amazing. And I can't wait to see what you do with it, and I will be watching. We will always have each other, and we're physically bonded, literally. Last but not least, Dale, my confidant, my teacher, my supporter, and my dearest friend. Sorry. Telling you stories and getting to hear yours has been such a privilege. Thank you for always listening to me, my burps, and my crazy tales. I will think of you every time I have a crazy story, but I'll have to call you to tell about it instead of waiting for show days. You've taught me so much about the studio and life. Think of me every time you hear someone burp, but we both know that mine will be better and louder. This place is my home, the place I look forward to being at when I'm having a good day, a bad day, or really any day. This is the place where I feel safest and seen. You are all my people. And I could write a book on how much I love this place and each and every single one of you, and I basically did. Thank you for still loving me after my crash outs, tears, and delusional happiness. There is truly no place like this, and I couldn't be luckier to have a place that makes leaving so hard. I don't know what I'll do without this place, so please take care of it and never let it die, because it runs off of passion. And I love you, and I love Daybreak so much that I got it tattooed on my ankle. It has truly been an honor. Thank you all so much. And now we have a special senior video that was made by our sophomore class. Don't go anywhere.
My fish. I'm holding a fish.
I'm Becca Trulick. My name is Savannah Eyecatch. Hi, I'm Leslie Krebs.
Hey, so I'm Elena Hallbly.
Hi, my name's Cassandra Harris.
My name is Robert Fornatero.
Hello, my name is Colleen Winder.
My name is Anthony Durzo.
Hi, I'm Brianne Cupp.
Hi everyone, I'm Jake Bell.
My name is Isaac Graves.
My name is Ethan Rowinski.
Hi, I'm Devin Amee.
Hello.
Hi, my name is Jules Brock.
So I wanted to start UView my freshman year. Went to the interest meeting, was very like, yay UView. Then I had a bunch of health issues and I really couldn't start until my junior year. Thank you, Devin and Jules, for forcing me to come to Daybreak. I will forever be grateful. Starting out with the weather report, it has been chilly in these past few days in Pittsburgh, fluctuating between low 60s and high 50s. But this next week, it is later in the week, reaching high 70s, with the low being in the high 40s for the most of the week. Classic Pittsburgh weather, everybody, is extremely different.
I first started UView my sophomore year here at Point Park. I threw myself into the radio first year, and then I made it somehow over to the TV studio the next year. And I've been loving it ever since.
Pittsburgh's Highmark Stadium will now be housing a women's soccer team as they just announced their name, quote, the Pittsburgh Riveters, unquote. The team's name was voted on by members of the community and was based upon the famous wartime poster depicting Rosie the Riveter. The original poster was painted by Pittsburgh artist J. Howard Miller for Westinghouse Electric, making the team's name a nod to Steel City history.
Freshman year, I was still figuring things out and had absolutely no idea what I was going to do. And then by sophomore year, I had figured things out, and I heard from Colleen actually how to join UView, and I came here. And then it's been, yeah, you know the rest.
This Sunday's game at Acrisure Stadium, where the Steelers took on the Dallas Cowboys. A celebrity rapper attended the game. Snoop Dogg came to watch his team play and lend his support to the players. A video of him posted of him wearing a custom Letterman jacket and waving his terrible towel and helmet to excite the fans went viral on X, prompting plenty of reaction online.
I first started UView my freshman year, and it's actually kind of a funny story. So I was one of those freshmen that was obsessively on like all the Point Park websites. So before I came here, I was like picking out the clubs I was gonna do, like all the extracurriculars that I wanted. So I stumbled upon UView. President. Now, this was an election that broke some serious barriers. Donald Trump is the first president in the U.S. history to be tried and convicted. This really shatters the glass ceiling for all convicts who hope to see themselves one day in the Oval Office.
I first started UView my junior year when my best friend transferred to Point Park, and she saw the advertisement flyer for Late Night Snooze. And we both came to an interest meeting. I did improv and had a lot of fun, a climbing wall, esports lounge, and more. According to the trip, the facility will be student-run. A little under 400 students will work in various roles and positions like attendants or instructors.
First show that I came to was Entertainment on Point. I was very nervous and very scared. It was one of the first clubs or organizations that I showed up to and showed interest in. Halloween is right around the corner. Halloween is getting right into the swing of things, but not for the holiday you were thinking of. Just recently, the Spooky Store has stated that they are currently looking to open 10 brand new Spirit Christmas stores throughout the country. According to their website, you can expect, quote, thousands of stocking stuffers, holiday apparel, fun gifts, unique decor, plus all the special trimmings for creating an unforgettable Christmas, end quote. Of the 10 new stores, 4 will be located in New Jersey, 3 from New York, 1 in Connecticut, 1 in Maryland, and 1 being in Erie, Pennsylvania.
Very beginning of my freshman year. Actually, I came into college, Point Park specifically, for UView. When I started applying to colleges, I knew I wanted to go to Point Park just so I can jump headfirst into their extracurriculars, which was UView. So I attended the first meeting. I didn't do the media tour, but I immediately fell in love. That's when I met Juliana Brock. It was fantastic, and I immediately started hosting Daybreak. I think that was my first episode I did here. We all walk through a silvery nasty steam running from the sewer manhole at least once a day. From going to class to studying in the library, the first thought when encountering the fog is, am I walking through steamy sewage water? Well, luckily, the answer is no. Much like New York sewers, Pittsburgh has its own steam system underground, also called district heating, where vapors come alongside sewer pipes to deliver energy to multiple buildings at once. This steam generates electricity to heat and cool our campus buildings and other buildings in the area. And as the season gets colder, the steam will be more visible, yet to our delight, holds no danger to our germophobic tendencies.
At the fall 2022 interest meeting, and I still have an iconic picture of Addison Deal taking a selfie with all of us in the background, and we were such babies back then, and now we're all old seniors. It's crazy. On Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, discovery sessions will be held as part of the university-wide strategic planning process with Point Park's external partner, Studer Education. Everyone part of the Point Park community is invited to the 45-minute sessions and are asked to provide feedback and recommendations regarding their experience at Point Park thus far. Tuesday's session at 3:30 along with Wednesday's session at 5:30 will be held in room 719 in Academic Hall. The session scheduled for Wednesday at 11 o'clock will take place in room 701 in the Student Center. In order to attend the sessions, you must sign up by clicking the links provided in the email sent from Coordinator of Planning, Jamie Kerr.
Late-ish junior year, I'm a transfer student, so I never really started here as a freshman. I started here as a junior, and honestly, being here kind of opened up new opportunities for me and kind of learned a lot of new things about myself. I never had anything to do in my first college, so I was just stuck in my dorm room doing nothing. And so being here, having people bring me in with open arms, it kind of just opened a lot of things from that I didn't know about myself. Lit up. Now tomorrow we're expected to have a high of 35 and a low of 25 with sun in the morning, and it's going to progress into clouds during the afternoon. Now we're also expected to break the record of coldest temperature recorded for tomorrow, with the record to break is 12 degrees, and the forecast is expected to be 11 degrees at 4 a.m.
Spring semester of my freshman year, so it was early 2023. I looked into a lot because I wanted to do more in sports, so I saw Pioneer Sideline as an example, and it just it caught my attention right away. So I remember the first time I joined, I actually contacted Grace Lawrence, and she was very nice, responded to me right away. She showed me the studio, and I met Dale, and just everyone there. They treated me like we've been friends for over 10 years, so that was really cool because all the personalities here are just very special, and just holds a deep meaning for me because of how everyone treated me right away. So.
And I am back with my good friend Jake Bell for another discussion version of the Sideline Slice. As you would expect, on the agenda for us today is the wild championship Sunday that just took place in the NFL, where we witnessed the Kansas City Chiefs prove to the world that they are still the team to beat, getting past a dominant Baltimore Ravens team 17-10 to advance to the big game yet again. Later on that day, we saw the San Francisco 49ers come back from 17 down to end the dream of the Detroit Lions and advance to Las Vegas to meet the Chiefs in what will be a rematch of 4 years ago, which saw the Chiefs raise the trophy. So Jake, I have two different questions for you on this little conversation. So first of all, I want to hear your thoughts. How are we feeling about Championship Sunday? Happy about the outcomes? Surprised about the outcomes? How are we feeling?
Well, to start, I really think that the 4 best teams in the NFL were in the conference championships. Just looking at them all season, I think they were really complete. You see teams like the Eagles and Cowboys, you could tell it was a little bit iffy, especially the Cowboys' track record in the playoffs recently. But overall, I think that the 4 best teams were in it, and the teams on the losing side, I really think they lost it themselves. The Lions, it was just late game mistakes. It was too aggressive, or the late game drops, and that kind of all affected in how they were able to blow that huge lead. And for the Ravens' part, they really lost because I don't think they utilized the best weapons that they have.
Right from the jump, from the first moment I got on campus, I knew I wanted to get involved with something that I could really stick with, and this was always, I had done TV production in high school before I came here, so I had some familiarity with it, and I just, every moment, leading up to here, I knew I wanted to come right in here. I would argue Jason Zucker has been one of the biggest surprises. He's been
hurt a lot over the past few seasons. I think last season he only played 40 something games, I think like 44, 45. And this year I believe he has 14 or 15 goals, and he's played, I think he missed maybe 2 games this season, so to get back up on a pace that you were at a long time ago, especially at his age, being 31 years old, is pretty impressive.
I was kind of obsessed with UVU before I even became a student at Point Park. I was so obsessive about picking my colleges. I had a whole whiteboard with like, what's the calculated increased cost of every single school. Really insane about it. But I remember going through Point Park's website and finding UVU and finding it so intriguing that as a freshman, I could jump in and do this TV station. And since I already had kind of years of experience in live TV at that point through the church I used to go to, that was kind of like one of the main motivators. So I was very much one of those students that was like, the first week I was here, I'm doing every single show, I'm reporting behind the scenes, yada, yada.
It's now time for the long-awaited revival of one of our favorite civil segments, Politismack.
Ethan, let's hear what you have to say.
Welcome back to Well, America, we are fully into election season. With only 2 Republican primaries completed, former President Donald Trump is strongly in the lead, winning by a record 30-point margin in the Iowa caucus. The results made it clear that the current Republican Party is the party of Donald J. Trump. He continued this momentum into New Hampshire, where he won with 54% of the vote, this time though with a much smaller margin. This is due in part to Florida Governor Ron DeSantis dropping out of the race just 2 days prior to the primary, giving former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley some extra voters. She ended the night with 43.2% of the voters, putting her 11 points behind Donald Trump. The next election both candidates are eyeing is the South Carolina primary on February 24th, the home state of Nikki Haley. Emerson College polling currently has Trump ahead at 54%, with Haley only at 25%. Her goals in the state seem to be much loftier though, saying during an interview on Meet the Press, quote, "I need to show that I'm building momentum. I need to show that I'm stronger in South Carolina than New Hampshire."
Immediately my freshman year, I went to that interest meeting. I was waiting for it because when I had toured Point Park, one of the things that they had told me was that, you get to be a part of the student news station immediately. You don't have to wait until you're an upperclassman. And it's really kind of crazy to think about. I've dabbled a little bit in everything. I started at Newsnight, did a little bit of late night snooze when that started, but eventually ended up at Daybreak, which will always have my heart.
A well-known meat in the can, and end-of-the-road necessity has now released a new seasonal flavor that is definitely making the public scratch their heads. The brand new Spam Figgy Pudding is a combination of the typical fork with flavors such as fig, orange, cinnamon, cloves, nutmeg, ginger, and allspice. According to NPR, the brand explains their reasoning for this intriguing combination as a want to, quote, "create a limited edition seasonal variety that captures the magic warm flavors and nostalgia we all crave during the holiday season." And with Spam Figgy Pudding, the brand did it all in one can, end quote. If you are just as curious as the rest of the world on how exactly this confusing flavor combination would taste, you're not alone, as the product has been completely sold out on Spam.com and Amazon as well. The only other potential places to order this savory and sweet treat would be through Walmart or eBay, where prices have been doubled. Many who have gotten their hands on the treat have left mixed reviews, stating that it is either much better than expected or just as awful as you could imagine. Last week in Italy, there was a devastating landslide that claimed the lives of a few residents. Landslides, a serious geological hazard, have killed more than 18,000 people since 1998 and affected more than 4.8 million people worldwide. Reporter Ashton Harder has more details about this most recent incident.
I first started UView my freshman year. I came to the interest meeting, and then I disappeared, and then I came back sophomore year, and I stuck around ever since then, and it was a good decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, I did it. I caught a leprechaun. Look at this. Look at this guy. Yeah, baby.
Meeting, I sat next to Kay and Danny sat in front of me, and that was the day that Kay and I decided that we were gonna host together one day, which was the blossom of something amazing. And honestly, UV was one of the main reasons why I came to Point Park. I didn't know, I really wasn't sure where I was gonna go, but when I heard about UView and the program here, that was the deciding factor for coming here. Point Park's sports, art, and entertainment management professor Ed Traversari has been interviewed in the new documentary called Behind the Stage Door. The film is being shown on October 1st and 15th at the Rangos Giant Cinema in Carnegie Science Center. Having more than 45 years of experience in this field in interactions with icons like Celine Dion, Bob Marley, and Bruce Springsteen, Traversari is sure to have told amazing stories during his interview that will blow you away.
Favorite memory? I love all the Daybreak hotlines, but personally my favorite has to be the Christmas Daybreak hotline from last semester. Building a gingerbread house while not being able to see, and it was the most fun I've probably ever had.
I mean, more than anything, I love the people from U of U, so it's hard to choose one specific moment. I think one moment is last year's Dale Awards. I won Best Co-Host with Kyle Sabaha on Late Night Snooze, and we're going for another year. So, you know, we'll see this year. Hopefully make it 2 in a row.
That's hard. I mean, anytime I'm here is my favorite time, my favorite memory, but I guess one that always stands out to me is the presidential election show, just because it was so chaotic and the energy was genuinely insane. I don't think anyone knew what was gonna happen or could have planned for that night, and I think just about everyone in the studio, and I know at least every anchor, had some plague. Everyone was dying. By the end of the night, no one looked alive. It would just sticks out in my brain because I would replay that night over and over if I could.
Freshman year, when we were training to be producers for Late Night Snooze, Kyle Archer and Gavin Anderson were the producers at the time, and they would bring us into Kyle's, he had an office because he was a grad assistant, and they would like have us up to like edit and things, and before they left, we filmed this sketch, and it was like, me, Abby, and Danny, we like killed off the old producers, and it took us so long to film it because we just kept laughing, and it was so bittersweet of like a moment because we knew like this was kind of the end, but we always had so much fun in their office and honestly did more talking than working, but that was probably some of my favorite times.
And I was at Midnight Snooze, and Gavin Petrone was hosting like a charity show bit, and he actually had a Point Park police officer come in and arrest him, and it was just hilarious being in the audience and watching that.
And during one of the specific shows, they had taken back to the anchor desk, and I had just finished up my report, or my forecast, and I had been keyed out, the graphic played on top of me, everything happened. I wouldn't want to say like annoyed, but I was really hoping that it was gonna work out really well. And in that moment, then once they switched the cameras, I thought that I was done on camera. They switched the camera, and it went back to me. And I like rolled my eyes, and everyone started dying laughing. And it cut right back, and you can see me stop and like jerk and look at the camera. And then it cuts right back to the desk, and I believe it was Alyssa and Jules that were anchoring that time. And they both broke everyone. You can hear the laughter in the background from the crew members. It was one of the funniest moments.
Election show I produced with Addison Deal and Ethan Lewinsky. It was, I mean, that was my baby. Like, going back to how I wanted to start U of U when I was in high school, I wanted to start U of U because I really wanted to be a part of the election shows, the special election shows that U of U did. And it was my dream to even be a part, like a small part, camera operator, a reporter. And I got to be a producer, and I got to be nominated or a finalist for the Golden Quills, and it was a dream come true. Even though the results were not what I wanted them to be, I remember holding back tears being in that studio. I mean, we produced basically a 5-hour show, even though it was cut down a few hours.
The very first Dale Awards, I walked in, for whatever reason I was late, and I walked in and everybody started singing happy birthday to me because it was my 19th birthday, I guess. And it was really cool because I was like, this is such an iconic moment, all the attention's on me, this is cool, and everyone was super sweet.
This is the first time I was on camera doing weather for Newsnight. I was stuttering a lot and I messed up a lot, and it was snowing that day, and I really wanted to throw a snowball at people.
During the last episode of Pioneer Sideline, during my sophomore year of the year, Joey Bova and Jacob Kubik brought me and Matt Palangi into the audio room, and they let us know that we'd be the 2 producers for next year. and that was like the closest moment I had to crying in front of people here outside of right now. And it was just awesome because there's no one I would rather heard that news with than with Matt. And then whenever we also found out that Jordan Reese would also be a part of our crew, I was just very happy because she worked so hard and she deserved it as well. So I've been so blessed to be able to share a Pioneer sideline with them and produce it with all of them.
My first time ever reporting, it was right at the end of my freshman year. That was a lot of fun. I kind of it was kind of a last second thing, but they just sideline needed a script filled. So I was like, yeah, I'll do it. This could be fun. But also just like really every show that I do has some sort of memory attached to it.
Just the 2024 election show overall, because that was such a huge undertaking by me, Addison Deal, and Kalyan Winder. And so to have that kind of final product was just such a huge relief, and it was so exciting to have that done. And then I'll also just generally pick out the moments between me, Grace Lawrence, and Nick Konopka in the P-Suite, working on Newsnight, kind of freaking out in our group chats. They very much took me under their wing, and it was so nice to be with people who were just as motivated to do this as I was, and to be mentored by people who were so smart, so amazing, and also funny. It was such a comforting experience, and I'll always remember that. It's
Honestly, I just love everything when it comes to like Daybreak Hotline, especially whether I'm eating disgusting jelly beans or building a gingerbread house without being able to talk, which was very hard for me. Those little hotlines were always just like such a joyful part of every Daybreak experience.
Just anytime I was hanging out in Dale's office, just goofing off, or we've had a lot of good times in the P-Suite, just like, I don't know, like when everyone, like all the shows finish at the end of the night and everyone comes into the P-Suite and there's like 15 people in that small room and everyone's talking over each other, like that's just some good stuff, man.
Honestly, I can't think of one specific moment, but any moment where we could not stop ourselves from laughing when we were on camera, and maybe I'm talking about just me, but I absolutely loved all of the times where we couldn't contain our joy, we couldn't contain how funny something was, even if it really wasn't that funny in the grand scheme of things. Breaking and laughing and just having a story to tell forever, like when Robert broke on weather and me and Alyssa couldn't hold it together for the live show. That's definitely up there, but anytime that we just couldn't stop laughing.
Best thing I learned in UView. Selfishly, my confidence. The first Daybreak episode of last semester, I actually pulled my first ever Daybreak episode. I look like a whole different person, not even just like looks in general, but how I was acting, because I used to be a very shy, timid person, and then I came here and brought myself out of my shell, and now I just am able to go without being scared.
In like a technical sense, on-camera performance, because I didn't have as much experience with it before joining the extracurricular.
Everything. You literally taught me everything. I mean, you have your classes, but everything I learned here came from everyone else, the producers, the directors. It also taught me just a lot about being confident in yourself and knowing that you can do it, and yeah, how to be confident in yourself and to trust the camera, trust yourself. But
how capable I am, and I think that might sound a little corny, but when I first came to college, I was like the most anxious, like non-extroverted person ever, so I never would have imagined that I would be like directing a broadcast live to however many people tuned in, and like with a studio full of people, or even like floor directing for the draft show in a couple months. So
to get your hands on all of the equipment, being able to be behind the desk, behind the camera, learn audio, learn prompter. There's really not another opportunity like this anywhere else where you're able to come in and just do everything, versus if you were to do an internship or a job, like you would just be learning how to work a camera or do just like one other task. So I really like the variety that we're able to do.
Everything I'm going to be using for my future career or my future intended career. As I've said, I want to do broadcast meteorology, but I also am very interested in multimedia journalism and lifestyle and entertainment culture journalism. And I have learned almost everything I have from UView.
Everything. I came from an arts high school, so I didn't know much about broadcasting. I kind of picked this major just as a culmination of all my talents, leadership, video production, public speaking. I learned everything I knew about video production, editing, and so here at UView. I learned how to communicate with others. I learned how to be a better leader. I learned how to actually do my major.
To learn how to work in a very fast-paced environment, you have to make sure, in the broadcasting world, you have to make sure that all your ducks are in a row. You have to make sure that your stories are in on time and that they're accurate, and you don't have a lot of time. You got to make sure that they're right. And so I think just learning how to work in that type of environment is the best thing that I learned at UView.
Probably just being learning more about the TriCaster. I have been behind the audio board a lot. It just brought me back a lot of memories from my old jobs from my first college, and yeah, I mean just having the experience of learning with learning about the TriCaster, prompter, Keypro, everything.
How much I didn't know, actually. Whenever you graduate high school, you think you know everything. You think you're a lot better than you are. And then you realize you go into college and you see how talented everybody is, and it kind of humbles you a little bit. So I learned how to be humble. I learned how to take a step back and learn. And I just learned how to, I don't know, just be a better learner. And I feel like it really helped me, and it helped me, I guess, just understand a lot of different things and help me become better at what I do.
Really just to generally step outside of my comfort zone. I've learned to write a lot. I've learned to write scripts a lot better. I knew I enjoyed writing, but not as much before I came to UView.
I can be a leader, and I am able to get this group of people to be confident in themselves and produce great work and enjoy the work that they do. It's really fulfilling for me to be like, hey, reporter, hey, production person, you can do this thing. And then they do it, and they're excited about themselves. It makes me very happy and satisfied having that moment, and it's one of my favorite things ever.
How to get comfortable on camera. I grew up on a stage, I grew up public speaking, and I knew that this was something that I wanted to do and could eventually feel comfortable doing, but man, that first time I got in front of the camera, I feel like if you would look back at old UView clips of me from that first news night, I was probably so stiff. And just learning to be authentically me on camera, despite the fact that there's a level of professionalism, but just coming into myself and watching myself grow has been really, really awesome. And UView has been the place that kind of fostered that for me. Aside from the many skills behind the scenes, in front of the camera, it's definitely working with people. There are so many types of people that you will meet at UView, none bad, just all different, which is what makes this place so beautiful. One of the many things that does. And working with the people, learning how to collaborate, introduce new ideas, teach people things, learn things, and grow to places that you never thought that you were gonna be at. That is one of the best things. So working with people is one of the greatest things I've learned at UView.
What am I gonna miss most? 100% the friendships.
The people, everyone that is here.
The people.
My peers.
It's gonna be the people.
Definitely the people here for sure.
The community.
The people.
The people and my friends.
The people the most.
I have made my bestest friends here, and all the memories I have are definitely going to stick with me for the rest of my life, and I'm hoping to continue these friendships after graduation.
I met Becca when we were in Angelo's sports podcasting class in spring of 2025. and she makes UVU so much better, a little more fun. I mean, we already have fun in general, but we laugh together so much on a weekly basis. I'm so happy that she was able to finally join this year, and she's going to do amazing things in the football world in the future. I know she has such a great passion for football and a lot of knowledge about it. She's going to be really, really great in the industry, and I wish her all of the best.
I mean, these are my people. Like, I would have never met so many of these people and made these connections in such a close sense had I not joined.
Sav, whenever I see you, even if it's not in the studio, you always have the biggest, most wonderful smile on your face, and you're always dressed to the nines. I will miss your energy, your attitude, and just like the overall positivity that you bring to the studio.
First and foremost, complaining to Dale. I love doing that. I'm gonna miss complaining about things that I willingly sign up for, and then of course all the stories that I write. In the end, I would write 1,000 stories if I could.
Leslie, it has been amazing getting to know you this year. I think you are an amazing woman. You're an amazing reporter. You're going places, girl. And being silly with you in the evenings, doing our rundown has been wonderful. I think you're so funny. You're so fun to be around. And I'm going to miss you so much. And I believe in you, girl.
I think what I'll miss the most about UView is just being on headset, because that's my favorite time. Like, everybody's just like working together, and more importantly, especially at Snooze, we crack a lot of jokes over the headset. And obviously, like, those conversations can't happen without the people at UView, so I think that's probably what I'm gonna miss the most.
Hi Elena, thank you so much for everything you did for me this year. Working with you on the social media was so much fun, and I learned so much, and I know you're gonna do beautiful things in the future.
Kind of the accepting environment. I kind of came in last semester as a senior, having never done broadcast. I took a single broadcast class, and everyone was just kind of very exciting, like, yeah, Cass, you can host, you can do audio, you can do anything. And just being able to build a camaraderie with all of the students who are in broadcasting has been a lot of fun, and I'm going to miss that.
Hi Cass, I'm so glad that I got to meet you this year and that you joined UView. It has been such an honor and a pleasure to be able to work with you and to get to know you as a person, and I'm so excited to see what you do in the future.
To me, I'm going to miss everyone the most. I don't know, I'm gonna get a little sloppy and call some out. Ava, Alyssa, you guys are the next generation of EOP, and I know no matter the situation, you guys are gonna rise to it, and I'm gonna miss seeing that. I know you guys are gonna blossom, and I gotta be gone for that to happen. It's gonna be your guys' turns to be here, but I'm gonna miss that and miss.
Hi Robert, I just wanted to hop on here and say thank you on behalf of myself, Ava, and all of UView for everything that you have contributed. You have taught us so much, and it will take so much adjusting to get used to the absence of your huge personality. And I just really wanted to say that you are one of the most talented, most dedicated, and smartest people that I've ever met. You are bound for incredible things, and I am so excited to be able to tune in and stay tuned on everything that you do in the future. And it's just hitting me that you're graduating in only a couple of weeks, and in a couple of weeks you won't just be a street away, and we can't just hang out until 4 in the morning talking about absolute nonsense and being the most annoying people in the room. So I'm just gonna enjoy it while we can. We're gonna have so much fun, and it just really take in the end of this year. And we love you so much, Robert.
I've already graduated, so I already missed it desperately. I'm going to miss two things. One, the opportunities. I think my time cut short, even though it was, beneficial towards me. I miss all the opportunities UView and the school gave me.
Kay, thank you so much for everything. I have really missed you this semester, especially just sitting in a Peace Week, going on rants about things. Also, just your guidance and your lessons that you've taught me all throughout News Night. And I really appreciate you. I miss you so much, and thank you for everything.
Is seeing my peers grow and succeed when we were, of course, freshmen, we didn't know anything about this studio, and you look at the producers that we have now and they can run every single show without help, and I'm incredibly proud of them.
Durzo, thank you so much for everything that you do, because you are kind of the old reliable, especially for news night. Every time you were asked to do a reader, you actually write the reader. It's really well written, and you always help out behind the scenes when you're here at the studio. And it's always amazing for what you are able to do. And thank you so much, Durzo.
Hanging out with Dale. Yeah, it's going to be like just feeling like I'm leaving something behind, I guess.
Oh my gosh, Bree, I can't believe you're graduating, girl. This is crazy. I mean, I've known you since my first semester here at Point Park. We had media literacy together. You've been like there every step of the way when it comes to like my college journey so far, and I'm gonna miss you, girl. You're the Don Julio, don't ever forget it. You're the baddest, like bow, like bust down, like we love you, Bree Cop. I never forget it.
Growing up, you know, I have a lot of friends that they only know sports. That's all we talk about is sports. So it was nice to meet a lot of people that had different things that they liked, and it was awesome to have all those conversations with these people that weren't just sports, and just getting to know a lot of people with all these different interests and how much they, you know, light up about their interests like I light about sports. So it's just really cool to meet a bunch of different people that liked a bunch of different things, and I just am very thankful for the conversations and the laughs and all that I've enjoyed here.
Hi Jake Bill, I just wanted to say thank you. We truly appreciate your presence at UView. I know since the moment that I met you that I knew that you were going to be a really great part of UView. You've proven to be time and time again very, very dependable, and we truly appreciate all the work that you do here. I can't imagine UView without you, and I hope life takes you in a great direction, because I know you deserve it.
Just getting to be with everybody. This is a really tight-knit group of people, and you know, we always try to make fun out of every show, and you know, the people is what makes UView.
So I met Isaac through doing UView, I believe my freshman year, and I kind of know him as someone who is very dependable. Like my freshman year, he was around, and every year since then, he's always been around, willing to do any job, whether that's on air, behind the scenes. And he's always been a person who I just really hope succeeds. And now seeing him do his internship with the Penguins is awesome to see. He's kind of working his way up, and I just see him as super dependable, you know, like sideline every week whenever we have open space and we need someone to come on last minute. He's always super willing, and he's just really just willing to do whatever needed, and we really appreciate it, and we wish you the best.
These are my best friends in the whole wide world, just every single person here. I can name person after person after person, just who has become such an integral part of my life, and I'm really terrified, if I'm being honest, to lose them, and having the regular basis of joining them, being a part of them. It's a little scary to be without them, but I am so going to miss like being in the P-suite and yapping, getting random phone calls about like, Ethan, this thing is broken, please help us. As much as I may be annoyed, I'm so gonna miss that. More, not just the technical part, but the interaction with these people who have become so near and dear to my heart.
Hi Ethan, I'm really gonna miss you now that you're graduating, but I'll be able to pass by you every day when we build your statue with Dale's statue. I'll do the funding, can't afford it. Maybe one day it will happen. Me and Angela will pitch in together. Anytime I struggle, I'll think to myself, what would Ethan do? And I'll figure it out thanks to your guidance. And I don't know what UView is going to be without you.
And mentors. If you really, really think about it, it's kind of crazy because this semester is like the last time that we'll all be together in this space, and the last time that we might get to report together. You never know. I really hope that down the line we'll see each other again in the professional world and get to do this, but you know, just getting to savor every moment being here with these people is definitely something I'm gonna miss.
Hi, Dev. You are such a bright light, and you always have such a big smile on your face when I see you. You are such a good role model. You are extremely talented in front of the camera, and I cannot wait to see what you do. And I know you're going to do amazing and beautiful things, and I'm going to miss you so much behind the Daybreak desk. And yeah, I'm just going to miss you, girl.
Having something to do in the evenings, like every day, like it became such a routine to like either get done with work or get done with school and then just go to UView and kind of just mess around.
Hi, Jake Plines. Thank you so much for all you did for me coming into this year. You've taught me so much with behind the scenes being a producer for Daybreak. It has been such a pleasure working with you, and it has been really exciting to get to see what you've been doing so far, and I'm very excited to see what your future holds for you, and we miss you dearly.
This is my home, and during my day, when I'm having a good day, when I'm having a bad day, I can't wait to come here and tell Dale about everything that happened, and I can't wait to hear about what's going on in everybody else's lives and tell them, and we laugh. And this place has been where I've given literal blood, sweat, and tears, and I couldn't imagine doing it anywhere else for my 4 years at college, so I'm gonna miss the people and the memories here the most.
Hi, Jules! I'm going to start off by saying thank you so much for everything you've done for us this year. We have learned so much from you, and genuinely could not have done it without you.
Absolutely. I feel like you're just like a person that I can't really imagine not being in my life anymore. You know what I mean? And meeting you has been such like I think I needed, and the sisterhood that we share, me, Annabella, you, has just been something that I really needed, and I know that you are someone that I can always talk to when I need
We love you, and we can't believe this is your senior episode, but we are so excited to watch you fly into the world and what you do. We're so excited for you.
Yes, very excited.
We love you. Ooh, that was good. Okay. Bye.
Keep showing up. Keep coming back. Selfishly, I would say also start earlier. I fully regret not starting before junior year, but if you can start earlier, start. Keep coming back. Keep enjoying everything and living in the moment, because it goes faster than you would think.
You don't need to do everything. You don't need to be everything. I know I get caught up in feeling like, yes, I want to do this, and yes, I want to do that. And it's okay to hone in on one thing and be like, I'm just going to do this one thing pretty dang good, and that's enough.
Don't be afraid to be scared. It's okay. It's going to be the biggest tool. You have to use your fear to become stronger, and definitely don't bury it down deep inside you. It's not a good idea. Let everyone see you're scared, because they want to help you out, and they're going to make you the best person you possibly can be.
Soak up every minute and try everything that you can. Once they start UView, continue to do it. Even if you decide that you're going to take a break, do a package, maybe take a week off, but continue to do it throughout your years of college so that you can continue to build onto that experience rather than getting a little bit of experience, maybe going on to do something else. If you're serious about broadcasting or you're casual about it, I think that you should just continue with it and continue to build that muscle.
To get involved, stay involved, continue being involved, and speak up anytime you are confused or you want to do something.
The opportunities, take hold of every single opportunity that you have. It's no time to slack. I'm glad that when I, again, joined Point Park, I knew that I wanted to hit the ground running, and I did so. Every opportunity that came my way, I tried my best to be a part of. And honestly, as someone who did it all, I wish I did more. You know, even though there's not enough time in the day, It's only 4 years here, so might as well go and grab every opportunity. And no matter if you haven't done it before, this is the time to learn.
Stick with it. Through the years, I had taken on other roles outside of UView, and so I wasn't always here a lot. So my advice is just stick with it. There are going to be days where you're probably not going to feel like coming, but once you get here, of course, everybody knows it's a great experience. You're with your friends, which is the greatest part.
Get involved. You don't know where that's going to take you, so just get involved. You know, say hi to people. They're obviously going to say hi back, and yeah.
Be afraid to do anything. Try different things. Try every single show. Going into college, I thought I wanted to be a sports play-by-play guy right away. That's what I was set in stone on doing. And I realized how many different things in sports, or just anything in general with broadcasts, that you could do.
Give every show a shot. Just try anything you can. You know, I know you may may like one position and want to stick to it, but give everything a shot.
You also have to take in the moment, along with, because you're doing all these incredible things, but I think it's really important to sit back and just take a second to, you know, breathe and realize, oh my gosh, I'm hanging out with these really cool people. I'm at this really cool event. And I might not get a moment like this again for a long, long time.
Show up, show up, show up. Because I had a really bad habit of showing up for a little bit and then disappearing and then coming back again and then disappearing. And it's really easy to fall into the habit of, like, once you stop coming, you just don't come back. And why would you do that to yourself? You know what I mean? So show up, have fun. Even if you don't have a job that week, be there.
Just enjoy it. Like, you're not going to be able to do something like this again. You're not going to be able to, like, you know, in a job or something, like, you guys are all laughing, so you have to stop the show or something like that, which I know I complained about when I was here, but, like, I've missed that a little bit, you know? Like,
don't let this club die. This is a club built entirely on passion and determination. Everybody here is so determined to learn and teach others. We all come back for not only the love of maybe being on camera or hitting buttons on the teleprompter, but we come back for the love of this place and what we share. This place is entirely built on passion, and don't let it die. It's been going for decades based on people who absolutely love it.
There's so much culture here, there's so much history here, and so much camaraderie.
I want to thank all the U-viewers that brought me to UView.
I just want to say thank you to all the people who already did graduate for taking me under your wing.
I love you and I'm gonna miss you. And I'm just very thankful for being able to come and join UView.
Everyone involved here, they've had such a positive impact on my life.
Appreciate the people around you. There are so many people here, my best friends here.
This is the place where you make your friends, so don't take it for granted.
This club has really made me learn a lot about myself.
And that I've grown close with, especially the senior class. I just hope you guys all know that I love you all so much.
Just thanks for the last 4 years. Thanks for the memories.
I am so appreciative of every single person who has been willing to teach me things.
I want to say thank you to everybody, to my friends that have been with me since freshman year.
don't let this school take this away from you at all.
I love UView. I love every single person here, and I love the studio, and I don't know what my life is gonna look like not being here.
That if this were to die, I would honestly be sad, and I would cry about it, obviously. So I don't want that to happen. Please, please keep it going.
Because I know I'll be tuning in to see what you guys come up with. So just keep on doing what you're doing.
Thank you to everyone here at UView who allowed me to be your friend and for giving me a place to feel comfortable and safe.
And I'm so sad to say goodbye to everybody, but it's been an awesome 3 years, so thank you.
Has really helped me in the rest of my college experience, so thank you guys for that.
It's beautiful with the community that we have here. And I'm gonna miss it. And I think everyone should use it and take advantage of it. I'm very glad that I did.
Grab life, you know, have some guts, grab life by the guts, you know.
I'm forever grateful for everybody here. It was an amazing experience, and I wouldn't want to spend the past 4 years anywhere else.
It just, it made me, you know, open myself up to all these people and just have a great time.
And I hope I did a good enough job for you all.
It's been one wild ride, and I'm sad to see the time go. But
I'm so thankful that they've taken the time to help me in my life, and I really hope that I can leave the same kind of legacy that they left for me to the underclassmen.
Thank you for the experience and for the joy and the whimsy and the fun.
I think our class is kind of goated. I'm so excited to see what everyone does, like after graduation and stuff in a few years. I just know everyone's gonna kill it.
But I love what it's giving me, so thank you.
Go.
Oh, you scared me a little bit there, boy. No, I just wanted to thank all the seniors that participated in UView shows from freshman year all the way up to senior year. Let me tell you, I'm gonna miss you guys. All the information, all the fun stuff that you guys did, and I was just a cog in whatever you guys do. I'm gonna miss you all. Right now, I'm gonna miss you a lot more than what you think, because it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. I just want you guys to remember that UView and Point Park is one, and you guys did everything that college kids should do. You had fun, you didn't have fun, you hated teachers, you liked teachers. But I'm gonna miss you a lot. I'm glad I was there to work with you. Take care.
Well, I love you guys a lot, and this will always be our home. And thank you to everybody who made the video. Yes, it was beautiful.
Great video.
And everybody who stood by while we played. And I love you guys so much. And that brings us to the end of our last episode of Daybreak for the school year. If you want to see more, you can watch our episodes on our YouTube channel, UVIEW Television, or follow our Instagram at Daybreak PPU. We will miss you, Daybreak. Tune in next year.